everybody, and welcome back to Kimbo's Comfort Kitchen. And today we're going to do a tutorial on how to properly cook frozen prawns. So I bought these at the market. They're 1620 IQF. That means that's 16 to 20 pieces per pound, and instant quick or individually quick frozen. So when they pull them out of the water, they go into a factory ship and they freeze them right away. If you treat these babies properly, you will end up with an incredibly good product. If you don't, you're going to end up with rubber, which is unfortunately the way most people cook their prawns, their lobsters, and their crab. They overcook them all the time. So today we're going to show you how to not do that so that you have a very nice, tender, juicy prawn that you can use in whatever dish you want to use it for. Alright, so let's start off with putting this. Now, if you were smart, which I wasn't, you would put these in from the freezer to the fridge overnight and just let them thaw naturally in the fridge. That's actually the perfect way to do it. But if you're in a rush and you change your mind at the last second, or if you got guests coming, you can take these out of the freezer and put them in a pot of water, of cold water. Now, technically, you should have it in a pot of cold running water. If you were in a restaurant, that would be actually de rigueur, because that's food safe, at least where we live. But at home, if you were to leave these for an hour in cold water, they will thaw out, no problem. So let's do that, and we'll come back in a sec. Okay, so the next step is I've had this bag in ice cold water for the last hour, and I'm going to drop these babies in there, and I'm going to rinse them. Just briefly. And once I've rinsed them, I'm going to let them drain for about 5 minutes, and then we'll take the next step. Alright, so let's get this show on the road. Next step is I've got the water to a boil, and I'm adding some salt. Always remember to add salt. You know, even though they live in the ocean, the salt content in the protein is not that high. If you want to have a little bit more flavor, this is what you want to do. It seems kind of ironic, but it's true. Now I've got my prawns, which I just thawed out, shell on. I'm going to throw them in. And I'm going to mix them up just a little bit, and you can see them turning color. And these are only going to go in for about maximum 3 minutes. You can see already the redness coming out, and I want to see the meat turn a little bit translucent. And while I'm talking to you, I've got some cold water in the pot in the sink. I'm going to add some ice to it, because we're going to blanch these. And by blanching them after I bring them up to a boil, and I don't want them fully cooked here, especially with shell on, because I haven't decided what I'm going to do with them yet. I might do a dish that still requires the shell to be on, or I might do one without the shell on. But this gives me options, and it gives you control of your kitchen, all right, and your recipe, more importantly. So as you can see, colors changing, and that is almost exactly where I want them right now, believe it or not. That hasn't been a minute. Like I said before, people have a tendency to overcook their shellfish, prawns. Yeah, this is almost perfect. Now, in order for me to stop the cooking process, I am going to drain them, and then I'm going to put them in an ice bath, which is what we call blanching. So in my little tiny kitchen, I'm now going to drain these prawns, and that was about a minute from boiling. Let them drain out a bit. I've got some ice water. You can see the color here. They're still a little translucent, but I'm going to stop the cooking process right now. Okay, I've blanched the prawns. I'm going to drain the water out as best I can. Some ice cubes. There we go. And I'm going to put them into the sieve. Do you know what? Take a good look. They are slightly white, but they have still got that resilience to them. They're not rubbery, and the shells are on. Now, depending on what I'm going to do with them, I might take the shells off later, but that's for another recipe. Now you can take those and you can put them in the fridge. I would recommend that you have whatever your dish you're going to make, you have all your stuff already, so that you can take them directly and put them in the pan or whatever you're going to do with them at this point. So you can refrigerate them, but generally speaking, it's better not to have this protein chill down too much. Okay, I hope that helps. You can do whatever you want with these guys now.